So in this episode of Sophisticatedly Ratchet, we have our current events episode. Shake, let the tribe know what we're gonna be talking about today.
All right, what up, y'all? On this week's episode of Sophisticatedly Ratchet, we are attacking current events once again. Flavor Flav does the national anthem for the Milwaukee Bucks. Next story, in the NBA's in-season tournament explained. Next story, Victor Wembanyama's 38-point night in the Spurs win over the Suns. Freak hockey accident has a hint of racism. Former NBA star Joe Smith goes into debt and his wife, Keisha Chavez, starts a secret OnlyFans account. Colorado uses a 150-year-old case study to ban Donald Trump from the election polls. Atlanta restaurant co-owner describes experience after viral food critics Keith Lee's review. All of this and more on this episode of Sophisticatedly Ratchet.
All right. The Sophisticatedly Ratchet podcast is a roundtable conversational podcast that gives a voice to the Black experience.
Millennials from New York City sharing our views on Black lifestyle, culture, relationships, religion, and current events.
Here at SR, we strive to give our listeners the real in a world of fake.
Worldly professionals with class that also know how to switch it up.
Now let's talk our wild shit.
Gang.
Yo,
Yeah, what it do?
What's
good, everybody?
What's good?
It's popping, y'all.
What's popping? What's
Welcome to another
popping?
episode.
What it is?
So now let's get into our Zen moment, and we're gonna have our Flash the Philosopher lead us into our no bad days. Let's go.
It's gonna be a great ass day because I said it was gonna be a great ass day. I won't accept nothing else. Nothing bad will enter my day. Say that shit like you mean it. Howl it. No bad days.
None whatsoever.
That's right.
I know that's why y'all come to listen to this podcast, because y'all love good days like how we love good days. I love a lot of good days. You know what we do on our good days? We get to focus on our chakras. Yes, we do. And I know what y'all saying. Y'all saying, Flash, what chakra we going to focus on today? Well, I'm going to tell you, okay? We're going to be focused on the 7th and highest chakra today. All right. So I'm doing the crown chakra, which is also known as the Sahasrara. I don't know how to pronounce that properly, but Sahasrara, one of them. Okay, but that's what we're going to focus on today as far as one of our chakras. And now, when we think about the chakra, you're going to want to know what it does and why we want to focus on it today. And just for y'all who don't know, the color of this chakra is violet. All right, I forgot the color last time I did this shit. All right, but it's violet. All right. And what this chakra is responsible for is our connection to the divine. Okay, it's responsible for our connection to the universe. All right, and it's responsible for things like our spiritual awakening, our higher consciousness, and I guess our oneness to all things. So the mudra for this chakra is you interlock your fingers, and your pinkies are the ones that stand up straight when we lead through this this meditation or this quick focus on this chakra. All right, so I'm going to lead us into this meditation real quick, a quick 10-second meditation. All right, so we're going to take a very deep breath in. Take a deep breath out and drop your shoulders and follow the sound of my voice, please. Yu mo gui gai fai sing sao. Yu mo gui gai fai sing sao. Yu mo gui If I sing so, oh.
One more thing.
It's shake. I like that though. I was so into it. It was close, but I was hearing like stuff in my ears. I was so into it. Shake. Oh gosh.
That's what you'll get for trusting me with
good,
this shit.
No, I liked it, Flash.
Well done.
And I was trying to concentrate, but in my ear, I'm hearing it down.
You cleanse.
Anyway,
you cleanse. Don't worry about it.
Yes, I'm cleansed. Thank you. Next up, of course, is this scoundrel over here who's a mess. Let's start off with our word of the week.
Word of the week.
Word of the week.
Word of the week.
Hey.
Word of the week.
Hey. Word of the week. Word of the week. Hey.
Word of the week. Word of the week.
Bam! What it do? Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Shake, and I'm back with another word of the week. What up? All right. So today's word of the week is enigmatic. It is an adjective, and it's spelled ENIGMATIC. All right. It means difficult to interpret or understand. Something mysterious. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna use it in a sentence. So the sentence will go as follows. All right, boom. After I was done smashing it down, I think I did such a good job because everything Shorty said was enigmatic. All right, and that is my sentence.
I like
it.
I like
enigmatic. Okay, all right.
Can I throw one in there?
I go ahead, bro.
I've been dating women for a long time, and after all this time, I thought that I figured them out, but they're still enigmatic.
Bam.
Yes, that was a good one. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So in case you don't know, the word of the week works like this. All right. Throughout the episode, we will continue to use the word, and whoever uses the word the most times wins. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And when they use the word, Flash is going to hit you with one of those. And if they used it wrong, Flash is going to hit you with one of these.
All right.
Thanks, Flash.
Get it right.
All right. So before we jump into today's episode, I think we should do a little 2020
Thanks for joining another episode of Sophisticatedly Ratchet. If you didn't know, you're part of the tribe. We appreciate you for coming back. If you like Sophisticatedly Ratchet, you can find us on all platforms. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora. And there's another platform that we're on, but I'm pretty sure you'll find it anyway. You can also find us on social media. We're on all platforms like Instagram, Twitter, X, Facebook, TikTok, and we're also here on YouTube. Our YouTube handle is Sophisticatedly Ratchet Podcast. So Ratchet Podcast, apologize. And we got new content dropping every Wednesday. You can also catch us live on the first Wednesday of the month. And pop out and join us. We love to interact with our tribe. If you know, you know. We have Ratchet Feud, and it's a fantastic time to be had by y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, gang. Thanks for joining.
Gang.
Share, comment. Gang. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Spew God.
No problem.
All right, so let's dive right in. Go ahead, Flash. Mm-hmm.
No, I was just gonna say definitely thanks to the tribe when they come out and visit us on the lives. That's all.
And thanks for mentioning share. Thanks for mentioning share though, Lil Mo, because sometimes we forget we like, subscribe, and comment,
and
but we forget share this shit. All right,
share
us
and review. Like please review too. Like you can leave reviews on Spotify. You can also leave reviews on Apple, iTunes, or whatnot. Please, we love the reviews and we love the feedback on the episode. So
all day.
Stay tuned.
Thank you. So, of course, we're jumping into our current events episode. We love these episodes. We could bring you guys the real, things that are happening. So I'm going to actually start it off. Our boy, Flavor Flav. I had to do that. He actually, those who don't know who Flavor Flav is, he actually is a rapper. So recently, he sang the national anthem for the Milwaukee Bucks game. He actually went viral for singing this national anthem. And Flavor said that this was one of his proudest. He was very proud of himself. He said he didn't get any of the words wrong. That was his most concern. But some people would beg to differ in regards to how he sounded singing the national anthem.
What's so bright?
The ice is shining though. I see you, doggy.
He don't sound terrible. He's just not
doesn't.
great.
That's what
Twilight last gleaming.
Hit it.
But like I said, he didn't sound horrible. Did he sound like the greatest? No, but people was also saying they felt that he did the Star Spangled Banner better than Fergie. If everybody
Wow.
Flavor Flav is definitely 64. His birthday is March 16th.
Okay, yes, thank you. So I wanted to make sure. Yes.
And he's from Roosevelt, New York.
So he's 64, and I think for 64,
Nice.
he's still looking good. The fact that he had an
Nice,
opportunity,
nice.
he basically said this was something on his bucket list. He went viral for it. So I think it was, people didn't expect him because he's a rapper to actually sing the national anthem, but it was what it was. Shout out to Flavor Flav. That's it.
Yo, I'm gonna just say, and I'm gonna pay ode to Flavor Flav. Number one, Flavor Flav is super talented. He plays a ton of instruments, keyboards and probably like guitars and shit. And I do remember dressing up as Flavor Flav for Halloween one time. So that was when they was having the whole what's the shit called, his show? For the Love of Flavor.
Flavor of Love.
What's it called?
Flavor of
Love.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely pay homage to him and his talents though. I fuck with Flav.
Absolutely. That's what I said. I think, it was something that was basically on his bucket list. Like he wanted to do it. And the fact that he's 64 years old and he had the opportunity. So I think, it was cool. So speaking of basketball, I'm going to have, Mash lead us into our next segment about basketball. Go ahead, Mash.
Oh, we getting spoiled.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes.
Yo, so this is an opportunity for us to be able to talk about sports, right? NBA season is upon us, and they're doing something particularly different this season. I'm not sure if you guys have been watching or following, but they have this new tournament. It's called the in-season tournament that they are promoting. And just to give you some more context, NBA's contract with Turner is going to expire in 2025. So they're trying to promote more viewership. And in order to support more viewership, they're implementing this this in-season tournament, right? Because they hope that with this, they'll bring in like at least I think it's like $74 million of revenue. This is what they're expecting from people tuning in, because people haven't been tuning in until like after Christmas or during the playoffs. That's when people have been watching more. So the NBA is introducing a brand new in-season tournament. Presumably the name is still in works, but they're just calling it in-season tournament. And it's going to consist of group stages and a knockout round, which will include the semifinals and the final round being in Vegas. The winner of this in-group tournament or this in-season tournament each player is going to get $500,000. That's to incentivize them to win in this tournament. Each player
wait. Each player on the team?
Each player on the team, not
team
the team. I just want to make sure I'm hearing correctly.
Yes.
Not the team itself. Each individual player will receive $500,000.
$500,000. Yes, that's exactly how they set it up.
For my life at that point. For my life. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. So
wow.
How it's set up is
bench,
that
nigga, I don't give a fuck. Go ahead, bro.
So, like I said, they have 3 groups, right? 4 teams in each group, and the winner of the group is going to go on to knockout game elimination, right? So they have a wild card team as well. So if you have a good record, you'll be able to compete as well. So there are 4 teams, brackets, they get knocked out, and then they do a quarterfinals. It's going to take place in December 4th and the 5th. Also, these tournament games are only going to happen on Tuesdays and Fridays, right? So any other games are going to be regular season games, right? But if you notice while you're watching the games, they have these weird looking floors, right? The floors have been looking all wild. Those are in-season tournament games that you're watching when the floor looks like that. Now, these won't be separate from your regular season games. They're going to be included, but they're throwing this extra little piece into the mix. This is going to go on until December 7th. This is the actual championship. No, December 10th is going to be the last day for the actual tournament. And that last game isn't going to count toward the season count of games. But like I said, the winning team is going to get $500K. And that's pretty much how it works. If you didn't know what you've been watching when you've been watching the games, you might have seen commercials with the Sopranos dude. And he's talking about, I got an idea. We're in Vegas. Da-da-da-da-da. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about the in-season tournament.
All right.
That's fire.
Thank you for that, man.
That's
That
fire.
sounds
Yeah.
dope. $500 for
problem.
each player. I think that's a
So,
a great incentive.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I have a question. Do
Shoot it.
those in-tournament games count towards the regular season as well?
yep.
Oh.
Okay.
All of those
Okay.
in-season games. Well, it's an in-season tournament, right? So all of those games count towards your regular count up until the finals. The finals don't count. So whoever those two teams are, that don't count toward your seasonal games. So next thing I want to talk to y'all about is we here at Sophisticatedly Ratchet, we can admit when we're wrong. All right, we are wrong sometimes, and I was wrong for not knowing who Victor Wembanyama was. We talked about his security guard slapping the shit out of Britney Spears.
Okay.
And when it happened, we was like, who's this guy? This nigga is nice. All right. So I need y'all to know Victor Wembanyama is 19 years old. This man
So you
is
take it
7
back now, Mash, huh?
I you know what?
Now you want to know. Now you want to know who he is. Now you want to know who he
I
is.
take it back, but I am a fan of this young man. This young man
Okay.
has some talent. He is really, really impressive. Like I said, he's 19 years old and he's playing at a very high level. His last game against the Phoenix Suns, the San Antonio Spurs recruited Victor Wembanyama, right? Since the season started, the San Antonio Spurs played the Suns twice. The Suns are a great team. They're a contender for the NBA championship. They have Kevin Durant and my man Booker just came back off an injury, right? Game 1, they beat the Spurs. Not only did they beat the Spurs, at the final seconds, they stripped my man Kevin Durant and scored a game-winning shot. Then the next game, they beat him again. So I'm like, how is this possible? Victor Wembanyama had 38. This boy is 19 years old, okay? This is his first time in the NBA. He played overseas. This young man is shooting technical free throws for them at the end of the game. He's over 7 feet tall. He looked like a creative player. It's crazy what this dude is doing out here. To be performing like this at such a high level as a rookie, I see him taking over the league in the next 2-3 years. I want to say all of this to say Britney Spears knew. All right. Shout out to you, Brittany.
She knew what the hell he was.
You knew that this nigga was a problem. And we should have been listening to you, Brittany. You got the scouting report.
Yo, with players that tall, I'm just fearful of like his legs and his knees. I don't know why. I just always feel like that's going to be something that, you know, because you got big ass players and he's not the most, I mean, I ain't saying he's not durable, but he looks kind of more on the skinny side. I know he got,
he's
he got to put weight on.
And he's 210 pounds. He's pretty and he's 7'4", B. That is crazy.
How tall is he again, Mash?
He don't even look like he jumped that much to get to the hoop, bro. He don't even got to jump much. Like he look like he can just put his hands up and touch the hoop.
He can.
Yo,
he can. There's an Instagram video rolling around of him. There's an Instagram video of him rolling around where he's holding his phone like this, and he's like showing you his perspective on the court. And he showed like him laying the ball up. This shit looks so effortless. It was crazy. When he walks in through doors, he got to duck his head down and shit.
This dude in the game with Phoenix, he caught an alley-oop reverse while looking pretty much eye level with the rim. And all he do was just say like, oh, I could just pinpoint the ball right here. I don't even got to touch the rim. He's drop that shit in. The dude is he's phenomenal.
Nice.
Right, so
he's nice.
I guarantee that the league is going to change some rules because of that nigga. They're going to change some shit. They're going to be like, hey, look, there's a no-fly zone in the paint. You can't be jumping behind the backboard and no shit like that.
Right.
They're going to find a way.
Wow.
Nah, dude is actually pretty nice for a tall guy. He's shooting from the outside, inside. He's shooting from everywhere. He a threat,
he dribble.
Boy is a threat.
So he's all over the court, essentially. So he's from all angles.
What position does he play? He's center?
He's a center.
And he's shooting threes like crazy.
Wow.
Nigga play like a small forward. He's a tall, small forward.
Now we all know who Victor is. We all know who Victor is. Definitely.
Yeah, we apologize for not knowing who you was, Victor. I'm sorry.
New Magic Johnson. That's the new Magic Johnson now.
Shout out to our tribe members out here, my gang, my man Mach, my man C-Roy. They definitely got in my ass pause for not knowing who Victor was. I know who he is now, gang, and I will definitely follow his career moving forward.
All right, so keeping in the line of sports, Flash, we're gonna talk about an incident that happened during a hockey game.
Yeah, I know what y'all thinking. Who the fuck watching hockey?
Hockey, right? Exactly. They probably really.
But yeah, I wanted to talk about it was a pretty tragic incident in
Okay.
the EIHL league. This happened
It's a
Saturday. I
European
wanna say it
league,
was
FYI.
yeah, European league. But yeah, this something happened pretty much in the league where they had a game, and this dude named Matt Petgrave, he had some very aggressive contact with a gentleman by the name of Adam Johnson, which kind of resulted in his death. Adam Johnson's death. The hit was that of which Matt Petgrave kind of, you know, they got skates on. Skates are pretty sharp, and the skate was pretty much ran into the neck of Adam Johnson. So yeah, but so this is the contact that they were talking about, and as you can see, like, and Matt's position in the EIHL, he's an enforcer, and
Did he kick
enforcers
him?
are technically,
Yep.
I mean, that's the contact that slit his neck. Yeah, he plays an enforcer, and I want to say he's also leading the league in penalties as far as you know, infractions with using force in that league or whatnot. And I guess as a result of this incident, you know, he hasn't been arrested or charged on anything. You know, they're looking at this at the moment as an accident, at least what I'm aware of at the moment. But he is definitely getting a lot of death threats. He's getting a lot of tweets calling him, you know, nigga, and you know, everybody's definitely looking at him as, not everybody,
black
but there's a
He's black.
oh yeah, he's black. He's black, by the way. I apologize.
He's a black
Maybe
hockey
that's
guy.
key.
Surprise,
Okay.
right? Yeah. No, he's definitely.
And so yeah, they throwing a lot of N bombs on his name, and of course the gentleman that passed away, he's white, and yeah,
Okay.
people
What's his name?
are
Say his name.
upset. I said his name, Adam Johnson. Yeah, so yeah, they're getting on him. I don't know what's going to come from this as far as, you know, will they charge him? Is it going to still be considered a sports play? I know that the league has taken steps into implementing, saying like, hey, we're going to start having players wear neck guards now as a result of, you know, this incident. This is not the first time an incident like this has happened though, where somebody's neck has been, you know, cut by a skate. But I think maybe this is the most fatal one, if any.
Right.
I don't know if there's been like any fatalities with the same incident.
So can I say one thing, Flash, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. So one thing that I heard you say is the guy that because the guy that passed is Adam, right?
Yeah, Adam. And Matt Petgrave is
okay. So
the
Matt,
player.
From what I heard you say, that this is not the first time that Matt has instances against him for either being too, I guess, for lack of a better word, rough on the ice or whatever the case may be, right? He has
correct, but he's an enforcer. Remind you, like that's their job to a certain.
That's their job.
You know?
But so I'm wondering, and I don't think he's going to be charged either because it was in a game. But I'm wondering if they're going to fine him or anything like that because this, like I said, it seems like a behavioral pattern with him because they're saying that he's too aggressive and I guess in a degree from what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
could he
it looks aggressive.
be fined or something? Oh, okay.
I mean, people want him charged, and I guess the whole reason is they're saying, "Hey, your foot shouldn't even be that high in a game where you're trying to collide with somebody. We don't care what kind of contact you're trying to make. Why is your foot like kind of so way up, like you're trying to karate kick? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't know what's gonna come from this. Whether it's should he be fined, should he be punished, suspended, whatever the case is. He's very he's grieving. You know, like the moment that it happened, or not too long after, he was seen just like, you know, crying and upset at himself for it even happening. So I don't think it was intentional.
I don't think it was intentional. Right.
Yeah, but it was definitely like a rough play, and maybe it was unwarranted. I know in the NBA and stuff, you know, they'll blow whistles and give you a technical foul and shit like that. But in hockey, I don't know if they really got those because, you know, they get kind of scrappy. So
hockey is one of the most interesting sports. I mean, I don't know too much about hockey. I ain't gonna hold you on lie like I do, but I did just do a quick Google search, and people have died during hockey games before. I didn't know that before this discussion. At least 4 people have died from hockey, from on the ice while playing hockey. I think that the fact that they're allowed to fight is pretty, I don't want to say barbaric, but I don't know if it's necessary for you to allow people to fight and then you give them infractions for doing bad shit on the ice. I feel like that's like why let me do some violent shit but not all the violent shit. It kind of just don't make sense to me in terms of like how it works. Maybe I should research hockey more. Maybe I'll feel better about that. You know what I'm gonna do?
And I get that.
Research hockey.
But look, you ain't trying to kill your opponent though. I mean, I think that's the the main thing. As much as we might see even any other sport where people are just more physical and niggas is getting their ass beat, I don't think it warrants, like, if you know you're doing something a little bit extra, even if you're in UFC, I'm pretty sure you're not like, let me poke my opponent in his eye so I can win the match. You know, there's certain things where you're just probably like, hey, I shouldn't try to make this kind of contact with my opponent. That's all. So I hear the worries of when things like that happen.
I guess for me, it's like kicking somebody in the throat feels deliberate. I don't know if that's like something you could do accidentally. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like even watching the video, I feel like that's a lot. Like, why? Like, why? I don't know. Again, I'm not a hockey buff, but just from watching that video, I'd have a lot of questions about what the intent was with that. You know, like, was there any malicious intent associated with this particular accident? But it's unfortunate that Adam Johnson lost his life. That's really sad.
Right. Wow. Thanks for that story, Flash. And then you can go to your next story, which may change the mood a little.
Oh yeah. So I definitely want to talk about homegirl, man. What's her name? Keisha Chavez.
Keisha Chavez.
That's how you, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. But she's getting a lot of this like Jada press right now. That's what we're gonna call it. She on her Jada run at the moment, because she's in the headlines for having an OnlyFans. I know you're saying, like, Flash, why we care about, you know, women having OnlyFans, you know? Well, it's not that she just had an OnlyFans. She happens to be the wife of ESPN analyst Joe Smith, okay? And I said his name right. It's Joe Smith, right?
Yeah, Joe Smith.
Yeah, Joe
Those
Smith.
who don't know, Joe Smith is a 16-year NBA vet. All right, he was a number one draft pick when he came into the league.
Facts. 95. Golden State Warriors picked him.
He played for 16 different. No, he played for 12 different teams while he was in the NBA.
Yeah, and he's been on the likes of Golden State, Philly, Minnesota, Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta, New Jersey, LA. So he's been around in his career as far as performance-wise. But there was a video. Wait,
Flash, got you throw this one tidbit in there. This is really important about Joe Smith. All right, when he got signed in his career, he made $61 million with the NBA. 61. But after taxes, he only made $18 million with the NBA. Right? Since retiring from the NBA, he is $157,000 in debt. All right. So he is not good with his money. All right. Since Joe Smith was in the NBA, he had a lot of cars, a lot of properties. He was BMFing it, blowing money fast. We don't know. And it caught up with him at the end. Right. Go ahead, Flash. I just want to give that extra insight.
Yeah. That context. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So I guess between him being picking choices with money, not the greatest, maybe he doesn't also pick the best of women to marry, because Keisha Chavez, apparently there was a video that came out where he apparently found out that she had an OnlyFans, and, you know, I guess she was streaming live. I don't even know why the hell you streaming this to folks anyway, about your husband finding out you just got an OnlyFans and shit. But, you know, he found out that she had an OnlyFans, and my man was upset. He was like profusely upset, and I realized that even if he is in financial issues, he was definitely upset because, number one, she does own a few businesses, so it's not like she's not trying to hustle for the welfare of, you know, their marriage and what they support. Well, but it's just the fact that she was a porn star. She used to do porn. All right, and so that's very important to the fact that he possibly took her out of life where she didn't have to do porn, or she didn't have to, you know, get naked on camera, based on the fact that he had a wealthier or a lot more assets back in the days. And now, because I guess they're not where she believes that they need to be, she has taken she has taken some effort on herself to, you know, show a little titty on that camera just to make sure that, you know, they can pay the bills. And, you know, this is very and some people feel like, oh my gosh, you know, she's doing the most and this, that, and the third. But some people are like, well, she's just trying to get the bills paid. So what's y'all take on it?
I think it's the difference is that he said, like, because he didn't know. So maybe if she had a discussion, I'm not saying that he was going to agree with it.
Oh, so she was doing it.
But he didn't know about it. He didn't know about it at all. So he found out. And then I guess he found out as she was, like, I guess, going live. And he was like, what? Like, he had no clue that she had the OnlyFans page. So it's different. Like, if a conversation was happening, and she might have been like, to listen, honey, you know, I gotta be in debt, and this is something I was thinking about. what do you think about it? Maybe he would have been like, you know what, being how I know about it. So, so if anybody were to like see it and be like, oh, yo, your wife is that, it might have not startled him. He might have been like, okay, cool. Like, cause he knew about it, but he did not know about it.
I feel like he found out about it when she paid the mortgage. Like, babe, who paid the mortgage? Who paid the mortgage?
Yeah. So you probably seen the bill and he felt very enigmatic about it. Like, what the fuck is this?
That was funny.
You got you.
Yeah.
So yo, she definitely recorded his
reaction,
of finding out
like his
that she
reaction.
had OnlyFans, right?
Oh wow.
She went on TMZ and they interviewed her and asked her after that went viral and talked to her, and she was saying that he found out about it from a friend, right?
Wow.
So look at that.
And she, the way she talked about it was like she was the victim in that kind of way. And I thought to myself, is like, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're making these type of decisions, I would think the right thing to do would to talk to the person so you can disarm them, so they don't feel taken back when they see that you out here using this platform to make money. I think communication is really, really important. So if they had communicated, I think it wouldn't be as big of a thing. But I think that says more about their relationship than anything. That she felt she had to keep that from him and do it for so long, because her argument was, I've had it on my link. I had it on my social medias linked, like my bios. How did you not know? Like, how much can you love your wife if you don't know that she has an OnlyFans? And I'm like, that's not a good excuse.
That's a cop out. You was paying attention while I was doing hoe shit. You wasn't paying enough attention to me when I wanted to be a hoe.
Yeah, like what?
Also, she was like, yo, he's out there entertaining other women. She said that briefly as well.
She definitely
instead
did.
of paying attention to his wife, right?
But then again, that's just you trying to play on the heartstrings of people. Like you got to get sympathy. Like, I don't feel no sorry for you because you decided to do this. You're a grown up. You used to do this. And she also put out there that, Joe Smith didn't get drafted by another team after the NBA lockout. They met a year before that. So my whole thing is like, you was in another country. You thought you was going to come up off of this dude's name. You came over here to the States. And then this nigga's broke now. Now he broke. He's trying to find a way to make it work. And you salty. And I get it. That's a bad deal. You know what I mean? Maybe you should have considered another option, but this is a very, very sad for Joe. I feel sorry for Joe. He's out here getting slandered, and Shorty's out here, and she's mad old. I just want to be clear. She's an old lady on OnlyFans. She ain't no young spring chicken.
But she look good. What you gonna play?
She does. I want to play.
When she met with Cameron.
Show. Yes.
Okay, with Cam.
Play that for y'all real quick?
Yes, when she met with Cam.
All right, so this is when she had an interview with Cam, pretty much.
Well, before we moved to Georgia and California, I started Puppy Friends Social Club, and I had its official launch here in Georgia right before COVID, and that kind of threw a wrench in my program. I've had a bartending service called Cocktail Hour with Kiss since I've been here. I have a moving company called Major Movers and Cleaning, and then I also have a massage business called the Body Rub Babes.
Are you one of the Body Rub Babes?
Well, I have been, but now I kind of like nervous to do anything.
But if I wanted you to be one of my Body Rub Babes, like, would you be a Body Rub Babe for me?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Because I don't mean to be unprofessional or anything like that, but I can't stop looking at your cleavage. It's you got your cleavage is popping. You can leave it like it was, man.
I'm gonna stop. She mad. She bad. I ain't gonna lie. Keisha look good. She look good.
She is. She look good for her age. She do.
I would definitely sign up for the Body Rub service.
I mean, yo, Flash, how would you feel if this happened with you though, man? Like your girl, you found out
your wife,
it's your wife,
it's your wife, yeah, because not your girl, it is your wife.
That she got an OnlyFans page.
Yeah, so I was thinking about this, and I'm sitting here like, I ain't gonna hold you. Hard times comes for hard decisions, and I'm not past living in the moment that I need to live to get to a better state, especially if I know I'm struggling. I think people, and struggle looks different for everybody in terms of, especially when we're talking about money and shit like that. So people are willing to do different things. And if I didn't put the work in to get around a place that puts me in that situation, I would have to think about it. And it's a possibility that if my lady was gonna do it, and I found it in myself to take ego out of this, it's like, is this really going to be something that helps us? It's a possibility I might have to be okay with it.
You mean like after the fact, once you find out once you find out
more? Well, that's the thing. No. That I don't want to find out like Joe. I don't want to find out like Joe. The hypothetical
that Shake is asking you is just like Joe. You Joe. And you finding out like Joe found out. So don't sugarcoat
somebody called. So you find out. So you find out because Mash calls you and says, "Hey, I see so I see your wife." Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie. When I get the call, I'm gonna look at my bitch and be like, "You fucking hoe." But then I'm gonna think like, "Damn, I'm married a stripper." So I'm sitting here like, "You fucking dummy." like you know, it's a lot of conversations that's gonna happen in my head. But you know, at the same, so if that's my situation, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be mad at it. I'm not gonna be too mad at it because I need to I need to have lowered my expectation because she showed me who she was at the beginning of the relationship. This ain't nothing that I had to suspect that she Come on, son.
What about you, Bash? How would you handle the same situation?
You gotta go, Keisha. I mean, I'll be broke, but I ain't gonna be broke and embarrassed. You ain't going. Right. But then the other side of that is like I gotta pay her alimony and shit. Like he caught a bad deal. Like I wouldn't have married her. You know, like pass. Go.
I don't know.
What about you, Mark? Okay. How about you find out your man was outside flashing?
So I'm gonna be honest. So if I found out from somebody else, I'm gonna feel away because you didn't have a conversation with me. You get what I'm saying? So I may feel away, but I'm also in the grand scheme of things. When if I'm thinking about the bigger picture, okay, so he's showing his body. He ain't sexing these people. He ain't physically touching none of these people. It's he's showing it, and we getting paid from him showing. None of these people are sleeping with him. He's with me every day. So if I put my mind in a perspective like that, then I may be like, you know what? It's bringing us money, and he ain't going out there necessarily having sex with them. It's a picture. It's a video. Or whatever it is.
It's more so about you not being aware of it. Like
but that's what I said. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. If we had a conversation. So if we had a conversation, that would be me. But we did not. So I would be pissed off. I'm being honest. I'll be pissed off, especially if somebody's telling me. Like nobody should be coming to me to tell me anything that my husband, because this is my husband, right? Because they're married, that my husband is doing and that I don't know about it. So I'm gonna have a problem with it because no one can't tell me anything about my husband. That's how I feel.
Thanks. If it would happen to me, I would be upset. But I would get it and I would understand.
That's what I'm saying. I agree.
I'd be like, you know what? Let's talk about it now. You know what I'm saying? Right. But the problem is the shit with Cam, where he said her being a body girl, she agreed to that shit way too easy. Like, I'll be your personal body girl. Like, what?
She said she has people.
She could charge him.
She said she has
from him. This is what you doing?
Nah,
son.
All right with it.
Bro, it's not just. It's not just OnlyFans anymore, bro.
It's giving porn.
Well, that's different.
This is in person. Hey, like I wouldn't want her on a pole again, bro. Like if she's my wife, I wouldn't want her on a pole. Like and her going to be this dude's body's girl, she might as well be on a pole, bro.
But it's for the
she might as well be on a pole.
It's for the greater good.
It's for the greater good.
Out of that. Remember that,
bro?
I thought that's what mattered the most.
That did matter until I found out that it ain't just on the camera. Like that, it's a difference when you just doing OnlyFans and you're not like actually in person with these people. You're just talking crazy to them. But the next level up to that is being on a pole and you being this person's body girl is the same thing as being on a pole, bro. I get it.
No, OnlyFans is just a video. It's not only a video. You're talking about a certain level of exposure from your wife. Like I hear y'all, but I think it's completely different if you had your lady's bits and parts being streamed for
circulated.
Like you know, like once something go on the internet, it stays on the internet forever.
But hold on, but you speaking from a place of when you possibly not broke or when you're not struggling. This is why I'm thinking like when you down
that's true,
bad,
Flash. You did preface
you're willing to make different decisions when you're down bad. And we see it all the time. And we can say that and you can say all that shit now.
Yo,
when
Flash,
you down bad,
would you be a sex worker? Would you be?
If I was down bad, yeah. If I was down bad,
he had no choice. He had no choice but being on the phone.
Why not? Why wouldn't you service men if they wanted you? If men wanted you to work, if you knew that you was a hot commodity for that community, would you service them?
No.
Are we talking about OnlyFans or are you talking about in person?
I'm talking about in person.
Talking about
sex worker.
Nah, bro. So you want her to become a sex worker?
No, I want to make a clear distinction between like there are boundaries that people can cross in order to make a dollar, and then there's some that aren't. For me, it's not okay. Correct. But I think that y'all lying because I don't think it would be okay with y'all Because if your shorty was like, yo, I'm gonna be out here prostituting for dollars because we broke and we about to lose the house, would you be all right with
That's
it?
different.
Bro, prostituting
absolutely
and
not.
OnlyFans are two different
Absolutely
things,
not.
bro.
Right.
It's two different things.
Why is it different?
Because OnlyFans, nobody's touching her. Nobody's you don't have any expectation that she's going to have sex with anybody else, right? And you don't have any expectation that somebody's actually gonna be able to reach out and touch her or do anything to her. You feel what I'm saying? Like you don't want her violated. But at the same time, if she can make money off her body just off the internet in a safe environment, I'm with it. I'm okay with it.
I think that line is movable, right? I feel like if you're doing OnlyFans, you this close to doing porn, and if you're this close to doing porn, you this close to being a sex worker, and that's your problem. Close to being a sex worker, you this close to being pimped out. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's a slippery slope, depending on how broke you are.
And now you're right.
That's your problem.
But this is the thing. This is the thing.
No, I get
the OnlyFans. No, I was gonna say if the OnlyFans is making money, there's a certain amount of money that you also is gonna make you understand, like, okay, we're out the hole now. Some things are not forever. But once again, I'm looking at it like maybe they're really working from a place of struggle. And I'd rather them do that than go fucking shoot and rob shit up. You know, and that's how they gotta go make some money and shit. People do different things. You know,
I think that there's got to be something better. I think there's got to be a better option.
There's always better, nigga. But you also some people pick what's easy. Some people pick what's easy.
And Shorty's going off for what she know best. She know the money best. She know how to make money best in that industry because you got to remember that's what she's from. That's not industry.
You hit the nail on the head. It's easy. She knows it, and she went back to it to make money. And I think that's on Joe to have chosen a better partner who had more resources at their disposal. Like if that's, I mean, it's not even that I'm being judgy. It's just that
it sounds judgy. It sounds judgy.
Hold on. I agree with Shay. She went back to what she knew. She went back to what she knew is gonna make her fast money. She went back to that. Not to say it's right or wrong, but that she went back. She went to her natural. Right. She went back to her natural. She is a naturalness of how she know to make money.
Right.
And I see that as good or bad. But I feel like she's still. I'm not justifying it. I think she stood. I'm not justifying it because I'm not justifying anything because the lady should have had a conversation with her man, her husband. Period.
100%.
And let them decide. And let them decide together what they felt was best for them to make whatever amount of money they needed to make. That is the bottom line. I'm not agreeing with what she did, but that should have been the first. That should have been the first thing. You know what, babe? Now I want to come to you with this. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. Boom. He may have said and he may have said yes because he knew of the person that he married. He may have been like, you know what? To me, as Shake stated, this is a safe environment. It's pictures because, like it or not, whether she did it before or not, her body was already around before. So maybe for him, it may not have a bigger deal because he knew that these individual men wouldn't have slept with her had she had a conversation with him. His mindset, as opposed to yours, Mash, may have been different because he met her like that. So he knows that. But so he might have been like, you know what? Go ahead. And that's why I'm a little baffled why she didn't have a conversation. If she says out of her own mouth,
she probably knows
I was that. That's more of a conversation to have with him because he might have been more open. He married you. But
here's the thing. I felt like she operated off of the old saying of, you know, I'd rather ask for forgiveness later than ask for permission now. You know what I'm saying? Some real shit. Like as far as basically she pays the bills, and then he gonna see that she done paid the bills, and he's gonna be like, you know what? I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with it. But that didn't happen. Apparently, you know, it leaked. He found out about it. I don't know how long she been doing it. But obviously it didn't make that big of a breakthrough where it's like, you know what, you know, you did it for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? Because he left her. I don't know if that's still an ongoing thing, but he left her because he was really upset about it. And I guess, you know, ask for forgiveness later was just, I guess you just can't use that when it comes to marriage.
No, we should have had a conversation.
I mean, you can if you don't got a prenuptial agreement, you could do all that big shit you want.
I mean, prenup for what though? He don't got no money. What you gonna give her?
Well, she definitely gonna get his debt. Half of his debt.
I mean, look. In all reality, look. This might be a come up for Joe technically if he have a divorce if they don't have a prenup.
Correct.
Like, all that OnlyFans money going to Joe.
Joe, right? Exactly. Exactly. I want half of that. I want half of that.
It definitely sounds like a come up. It definitely sounds like a come up.
Exactly. All right. So we're gonna jump into our next story. Go ahead, Shake. Tell us about these people and our ex-president Trump. So
in Denver, ladies and gentlemen, there is an effort to ban former President Donald Trump from the ballot under the Constitution's insurrection clause. Okay. Yes. On Wednesday, a law professor testified about how the post-Civil War provision was indeed intended to apply to presidential candidates. All right. The law professor's name was Gerald Majalowicza. All right. I think he's Italian. It sounds like an Italian name, of Indiana University. He testified that he had uncovered evidence in 150-year-old court rulings, congressional testimony, and presidential executive orders that applied to Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, Section 3 of the 14th Amendment to presidents. Okay. Actually, that section of the Constitution bars anyone from Congress, the military, and federal and state offices if they previously took oath to support the Constitution and have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort towards enemies thereof. That's what it says in Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. All right. It does not specifically name the office of the president, but it instead reads the elector of president and vice president. Right. And although Majalowicza did not mention Trump by name, plaintiffs in the case have argued that Colorado must ban him from the ballot because his role in the January 6, 2021 assault on the U.S. Capitol, right? Because the section was originally designed to prevent former Confederates from returning to their old federal and state jobs and then taking over the government, right? So that's what that was in place for. And now it's being utilized for Trump, right? So any thoughts on this, guys?
That's fire. That's fire. I'm so glad somebody thought about putting that clause in there, because it makes perfect sense. Like, how you go try to overthrow the government and then run for office? Like, that's what I heard in that breakdown. I was like,
shit, bro.
Yeah, like that just shows you how
no
sense he was to even want to be involved with the insurrection and have his name associated with it. Like, that's some real white privilege type shit right there. You know, he was gonna be able to get away with that. That is really interesting. I'm glad you brought that up, Shake.
Wow. It's actually crazy, because like my thing is, this dude actually tried to literally have a coup. Like, he attempted a coup. he instigated a coup. All right.
Right.
And then you're just gonna walk back and be like, yeah, I'm gonna run for president again. Like, that
absolutely not.
There's gotta be
it
something
shouldn't.
somewhere.
I agree.
Like,
and he found it.
My man found it. And the crazy thing is, it wasn't even meant to be like a punishment. It's just meant to be something like that, protect. It's just like it's like another qualification in order to run for office. Hey, this is one of the qualifications you need. You could have never been involved in an insurrection. All right, like that. Like, it makes sense.
So wait, now, is that only a Colorado law?
So actually, right now, they are running it in Colorado. Colorado is kind of like the pilot state right now, but they're also running a similar case in Minnesota right now, where they want to remove Trump's name from the ballot because they're saying he's not allowed to run for president in that state. And technically, if this catches on, he could be removed from the ballot in multiple states if this goes all the way across America. If they're successful in Colorado, this could be successful all over the U.S. and this could 100% impact Trump's run for presidency.
Copy.
Wow.
When is the next presidential election?
2024. Sir.
Next year.
Got you.
Next year.
But before we move on, how y'all feel about Biden these days?
I'm not with it right now.
I want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. I agree, Shake. I digress.
I just want to get heat check as far as like how are y'all feeling about your president right now? Like what are your thoughts?
I
feel like Shake. I don't want to talk about
I feel like Biden ain't great, but he ain't bad.
Right.
He's somewhere in the middle. And it's just like I feel like I feel like if he worked for me, which he does, he works for us. Okay.
Yeah.
He'd be one of those workers that does just enough. He's quiet quitting. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just doing enough to get by. Like,
has anybody heard anything from the vice president? Like I feel like I don't see her nowhere.
President.
She does.
No,
she does, but
she came to Atlanta like I want to say a month or two ago, but she be around doing like her speeches and stuff like that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie too though. I feel like I'm gonna start trying to look at like what's the niggas that nobody care about when you do voting and shit. The niggas in the middle.
With the independent parties,
niggas, the yellow
niggas.
Independent parties.
The independent.
We gotta start looking into independent parties. I don't know what it is, but like you pick one of these sides nowadays, and you still not gonna get the fucking results you want. So,
you gonna look for independent?
Change shit up. I'm voting independent. Okay.
Or here's something. I mean, this is a wild idea. You could just not participate. That's an option too. I think we all need to explore.
Here's the thing,
because that is a real option for us.
Here's the thing about not participating. When you don't participate in the election, understandably, you may not want to participate in the presidential election. But you got to understand, at the same time that these presidential elections are out, there's also local elections that are taking place as well. So you really need to be a part of local elections because these local politicians affect you directly. All right. Yeah. These are your judges. These are your councilmen. These are your congressmen. These are the people in office who speak for you or speak to your community and build in your community. Exactly. They build in your community and they do things like that. And you don't want people in those offices that are adverse to who you are. You don't want people who are gonna be, enigmatic to your community. All right.
I was gonna buzz the wrong shit because I heard you fucking up. I heard you fucking up, nigga. I was gonna bang the buzz on you, bro.
So you do. So you do want to go out and vote. You do.
I do think voting for your local. I mean, your regional votes are really important, but in terms of presidential, I really think to explore the option of not participating. If you feel like there's no good options, then that's fine for you to not choose an option. It's important for them to work for us, and it's hard to tell if the president for the last couple months has been working for us because all our money's going everywhere else, but not to us because we need help. We need help.
Yo, Ye running? Ye running for president this year?
I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. Anyway,
crazy.
We don't know. All right. So our next story, and our last story is Mash. Tell us about some stuff going on in the food industry. What's going on with that?
All right. So for those who don't know, there is a really, and I'm gonna be fully honest, full disclosure. I didn't know about this story until a friend of mine hit me up. He's like, you know about Keith Leaf? I was like, nah, who's Keith Leaf? Keith Leaf is a
food critic.
All right, so Keith Leaf is a food critic on TikTok, and he has a really big following. Right, when he visits your shop, you up afterwards because he's got like 14 million followers. And his reviews, after finding out about Keith Leaf, I went to go subscribe to his TikTok, and I really like this dude. Like I followed all the restaurants that he banged with, and I put a list for the spots that I'm gonna go to. Right, because the reviews that he was conducting for those spots was genuine. Like because he knows he has such a big following, he doesn't go into the restaurant. He sends his family into the restaurants, right, to pick up the orders or dine in or whatever, and then he can give an honest opinion about how he felt about the place. In his reviews, he's really forthcoming about he knows how humans act, right? So he's like, yo, do not go into these people's establishment and tear them down. He's like, my experience is always going to be different from your experience. And he's really forthcoming about it. He came to Atlanta on a food tour, and he was treated like a regular Atlanta person. And it's unfortunate because it didn't result well for those establishments. Ultimately, he went to the Real Milk and Honey. He went to Old Lady Gang. And and it was a really bad experience for his families at those 2 locations. Come to find out, the Real Milk and Honey also has other companies. There's another restaurant in Atlanta called Milk and Honey, and they were getting death threats from people, because people
everybody can get it.
It was confusing his restaurant with the one that he actually visited. And it made me take into consideration how powerful people with influences have, right? If you have a big following, there's a big response to when you have a negative experience, and I really respect the fact that Keith Lee makes a point to tell these people that, yo, chill out. Do not black out on these people just because my experience is bad. Your experience may be different from mine. I highly recommend whoever is not familiar with Keith Lee, go check out his reviews. They're pretty tough. I'm planning on continuing to subscribe to this dude. And that's all I got for you all.
Keith, I'm gonna just say, yo, Keith, as far as I know, when he as far as what I heard, his experience with Old Lady Gang, I think they were trying to tell him, like, he could skip and get seated or whatever, earlier. I think maybe they would have charged him $15 or whatever the case is. I'm gonna just say we had that same experience at Old Lady Gang. All right.
Definitely
Sometimes you gotta pay. Sometimes you gotta pay to just sit down a little bit earlier. All right. And I'm not mad at service sometimes when, yes, you're either gonna pay for a little bit extra something, or if they're going to cater things to you, as long as it's not offsetting the experience for everyone at the restaurant. I know he gets kind of he gets on this thing about not wanting unfair
special treatment,
and I get that. Yeah, I get that. But I don't know what he's reviewing, if it's just the customer service and everything. But I'm just saying here, like, man, we got to eat the food. All right, let's get back to the food. All right, I'm not mad at him as a whatever, but I get it. He's gonna review everything from what he needs. I
did want to add. I wanted to add that Candy Burris did speak out about it. She's the owner of Old Lady Gang. So she came out and she gave her a segment, and she just kind of explained certain things about her restaurant. Like, one thing was like about taking takeout. And she did say, yes, they, at a certain point, I think on the weekends, they don't do that or something like that. So she kind of gave her spiel in regards to the restaurant's reaction. And then she also offered for him to come back out. Like, she had no, she's like, no, we would love to see you come back out.
All right. So
she could make it special for him, huh?
I wasn't going to go in, but now I'm going in since we brought it up, Flash. We definitely went to Old Lady Gang when we first came out here to Atlanta. That had to be like a year ago. When we went there, they said they had no tables available, but the hostess there was like, but I'll sit you if you slide me some cash. I was like, all right, how much money you gotta give you? It was like six of us. It was like $10. We had to give Shorty $60. When we gave her the money, boom, then we got sat. All right. Now, in terms of Keith Lee's situation with his family, first he called to order out. And they were saying that the kitchen was closed for orders, takeout on the weekend. You got to come in. Yes. And his mother went inside to the restaurant to go get a seat. They was like, oh, we don't have any seats right now. It's like an hour wait. Oh, and we're not going to take your name. You just got to sit and wait. Now, he came back out. I mean, after that happened, they went to the car to get Keith. And then he went. And then, now we got a seat. He was like, yo, what happened a minute ago? My family tried to get a seat. How y'all got a seat now? And, she's like, nah, that's all right. I'm going to leave. That's the full story of what happened. I say all that to say that that's typical for regular people in Atlanta, and I'm so glad that he was able to expose that treatment on his platform, because that shit is fucked up. That is fucked up. You shouldn't treat people like that. Everybody should be treated the same, and if that's the type of business that you're going to conduct, then you need to be like called out for it, because that's a fact. Like, that's how niggas give it up out here.
Wow.
That's wild.
You don't like VIP sections? We don't like VIP sections.
It's not about liking VIP section. It's about, if that's my intent when I was going there, then I know what to expect. Right. That wasn't their intent when they was going there. They were trying to get some food. They wanted to try your restaurant. Like, this is your shit.
Nah, you ain't lying.
That's crazy.
I get that exclusivity is important, but like, I feel like now when I call restaurants, I got to be like pretending to be a superstar. my cousin was talking about, she said when she calls and places an order, she act like she Cardi B, like, said, Seth, you want something to eat? Hello? Yeah, we trying to place an order for pickup. Hey, coach is hungry. Is culture hungry? Yeah. So we trying to get something just so they could think that you somebody and they'll fucking prioritize your request. This shit is crazy.
It's real.
I'm not mad. I ain't gonna lie. I just be feeling like, damn, I need this service all the time where I want to be prioritized, especially when I'm at the airport or some shit like that. I wish somebody would come up to me like, yo, son, you want to get to the front of the line? Like, just come on. I'll do that shit. Absolutely. I'm not afraid of when businesses do extra for people who they know are probably going to critique or, because do the restaurant reviews or whatever the case is. I'm not saying it's the most bad practice, but I'm not mad at it though. I feel like they want people to sit down and.
So you're okay with people being treated more special than you because of their notoriety?
You said if I'm okay with what?
You're okay with people being given special privileges because of their notoriety and you be treating like shit.
I don't know if it's me being treated like shit because I feel like there's aspects of that in multiple businesses, whether you're in clubs or whatever. You'll probably get special treatment depending on who you are or if you want to pay more. That's just a nature of certain businesses.
And I'm asking you, are you okay with it? Like, are you okay with being treated like shit? I'm somebody who's more
I don't think I'm being treated like shit though. I think I'm just given the regular set of rules like everybody else, and there's somebody that's getting special privilege. I don't think I'm being treated like shit though.
That's the fact. I mean, that's why you have first class on a plane. To be honest with you, some people are gonna get special treatment.
But they pay for that. They pay for that. That's not a special treatment. That's a part of the ticket cost.
I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying. And somebody like with their fame.
He pays for his fame. At the end of the day, he's famous. So at the end of the day,
you say it's crazy, but it's real shit.
So when you go to a club and you see dudes on a VIP line, they letting dudes right in, and you standing on the regular line, do you feel away?
They pay for that.
Because I mean, this has been going on since the beginning of the time.
No, they
didn't pay.
If they pay for that, then it's perfectly fine. I got no beef with that. But I get that there's benefits for catering to certain groups. I understand that. I'm not saying it's okay though. Like I understand that there are certain perks for being certain people because having this person at my place is going to do great for my business. Yes, correct. I get that 100%.
Correct.
I don't think it's okay if you treat people bad because you got to treat these people better. Like that's the part for me where it's like, why? Why does it have to be
you're not giving anybody the table because you're holding that table for somebody, right?
Sure. Perfect example.
Yeah. Perfect example. I get what you're saying.
I get it. But once again, I feel like there's enough businesses out here that give treatment to people, and sometimes we receive treatment, and whether you pay for it or you don't pay for it, based on the fact that somebody may just like you better. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's always the best thing to do. I don't know. I think it's a gray area. That's all.
I think it's enigmatic for sure.
Enigmatic.
What I said.
Y'all got
Here's the thing, bro. You a regular dude, yo. Your comment on Yelp ain't gonna make or break my restaurant, son.
That's a fact.
He goes online and makes a comment. He can make or break your restaurant. You feel what I'm saying?
Right,
so these people have a lot of impact on your restaurant. So you really have to be you have to cater to these people, and I don't think it's unfair, but I think it's crap when they treat regular people like shit. And it's not about him. I don't mind that you treated him special, but I do mind if you treat me like shit. Like that matters to me. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Don't treat me like shit. Like actually give me some sort of like not priority, but at least
just regular.
Show me like
regular
treatment. Regular treatment.
I'm saying. At least exactly what I'm saying. Because and that's another reason why I fuck with it, because he makes a point to say that in his videos. He's like, I'm regular, just like everybody else, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how my experience with. And that's why he sends his family into these restaurants with the food, so it's not a bias, right? You're not being extra because you know the impact that this person has, and I respect them for that.
I hear that. All right, so you know what we gonna do? We gonna close this out with a little bit of
Flash. You wanna right quick? You wanna style the shirt right quick and do a little like you wanna get up and do a little modeling and shit for the crowd?
You trying to show my ass? What's going on here?
So they can see some sophisticatedly ratchet swag, motherfucker.
I don't know. All right, so this is the shirt that we got. I'm in my pajamas. Pardon me.
As you guys can see. Okay, shut up, Flash. Okay,
model me. Go ahead.
Shut up. As you guys can see, Flash is Flash is modeling the new Sophisticatedly Ratchet merch. All right, as you can see, it has Sophisticatedly Ratchet on the front, 100% organic on the back. Flash the Philosopher, and if you can see, the icons are showing all of the things that describe Flash as a person. We will have these shirts in generic form available for sale very soon and on the market for all of our fans to get on. All right? Sophisticatedly Ratchet. So if you consider yourself sophisticatedly ratchet, get one of these shirts.
Yeah, join the tribe. All right, appreciate that shit. Well,
you can definitely find our content on YouTube. You can find our content on Spotify. You can find our content everywhere where you stream videos and podcasts. We out there. We in the ether. All right, drop us a comment. Give us the review. Let us know how we can better connect with you, Tribe. How about that? All right, hit a like, give us a subscribe, share us with a friend. All right, if you don't know, we go live every first Wednesday of the month. We drop content every Wednesday, and we just trying to build a legacy out here, Tribe. We trying to make sure that you know it's okay to be sophisticatedly ratchet. All right, there is nothing wrong with that. Stand in your truth, gang. We there with you every week.
Gang.
Somewhere to find us.
All right.
All right.
Get ready then. All right. Ladies and gentlemen,
enigmatic.
Okay, you done with that? So, ladies and gentlemen, as far as the enigmatic word goes, there's a 3-way tie between all three of us, and we cannot tie break right now because we have no judges. There is no judges. There's only 3 left, so we are gonna have to just call this a 3-way tie.
That's right.
All right.
And that's the episode, y'all.
Oh shit! Episode.
Hate everywhere, bro. Hate everywhere, bro. Your tribe, we love your tribe. Thank you for tuning in. We see y'all soon. Peace.
Peace, y'all. Gang.